Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you about a Web 2.0 tool that I've come across called Penzu.com. Penzu is an online journal, and there's a free version and a paid version. I've created a free version, but some of the features are only available in Pro, the paid version, so I'll point those out too as we go. So let's go ahead and look at my journal and the entries I've created, so that you can understand what Penzu is all about. This little menu that I just used on the right hand side navigates between your writing pad and your what I'll call the home screen, which shows all your entries. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you this main screen that lists all of my entries. Right now it has it sorted by date created, newest on top, and the menu along the top allows me to add a new entry, open, print, delete, rename, or a couple of these special features that you can get in Pro. You could tag, import, or export entries. So let me open up one of my entries. Actually, I'll create a new one to show you about Penzu. So at the top, it wants you to add a title. And then if you hit enter, you can start the content of your journal. So once you start typing, you'll notice in the left-hand corner that Penzu automatically saves every few seconds. And once it's saved one time, it will also start counting your words on the page. My computer's being a little slow, so I'll go ahead and click save so that I can show you the word count. Here it is. So I've written 10 words so far on this page. Each entry is automatically dated. Also in the top right hand corner there's a little light bulb, and that allows you to look at a writing prompt. So I've seen several of these. Some are short, some are long, some are a question, some are a quote, and that just maybe would get your writing started. So again, we've got our menu along the top. You can add a new entry, save the one you're currently working on, print, insert a picture, share with email, lock this entry so that a password is required to view it, change the formatting or the text on the page, and again some of these pro features, which are tagging, customize, different versions. But finally you can add comments. So if you have a link to somebody else's Penzu entry, you could add a comment to it. You can choose a little picture for yourself and then post your comment. You also have the option to turn off comments on each entry. So I'll close that. Let me go to a different entry to show you about adding pictures. So I'll click on New Entry, and here I'm writing about sunflowers, or what I did today. So I'll delete this picture so I can show you about inserting them. So I'll go up to my top menu and click Insert Photo. I've already uploaded a picture to save us time, but if you'd like to click Upload, your choices are to upload from your computer or from Flickr. So I'll choose the entry photo that I've already uploaded and click Insert. And that adds the picture down into my entry. And it's already been saved, so I can go ahead and look at my general entries. I've pretty much shown you all the features of Penzu, at least the free version. It's a pretty basic tool, but as I'm about to talk about, I think it does have potential in the classroom. As far as the 4Cs go, it's definitely a great tool to support creativity and communication. Writing is an extremely important skill academically and professionally, so it's important that our students master this skill. I read an article by Prescott and I loved this quote that said, "Creative writing and its teaching strategies have enormous potential to add energy and significance to students' learning across many fields of study." Another study I looked at said that ELLs wrote more content and more accurately after 13 weeks of journaling than they did at the beginning. And I would venture to guess that journal writing benefits can not only be seen in English language learners, but also in general ed students as well. As far as communication, writing is, like I said, a very important way that we communicate, especially in the 21st century when so much of our work is done online and on computers. There was a great article on educationworld.com that interviewed a bunch of different teachers who spoke about their kids' journal writing in the classroom, and almost all the teachers had excellent things to say about journal writing. This was a neat quote that said, "They're not afraid to take on any writing that may come their way." So journal writing has added to this teacher's students' confidence. And many of the other teachers said similar things, that journal writing helped their students communicate not only in written form but also verbally. So if I have any critiques of Penzu, well, clearly, it's a bummer that you have to pay for a subscription to get those nicer features like tagging and exporting. There's also a great feature with the paid version where you can create a classroom code, and so a teacher could give that code to all of his or her students, and then that would bring the journals into one system, so the teacher could log on and see all the journal entries. However, you can still collaborate, as I mentioned, by sharing via email. So a student could write a journal entry and then email it to their teacher, including a message, and this checkbox allows the entry to be embedded into the email so that the person receiving it doesn't even have to open the link. So there is sort of a way to collaborate, but it's definitely not the main feature of Penzu. Another feature I'd really like to see in Penzu that I don't think is even available in the Pro is some sort of dictionary thesaurus feature, and also I think a translator would be a great feature. Those tools would allow students to expand their creativity by really finding the right words and expanding their vocabulary. Also, it would help ELL students to be able to write in their native language or to find that right word in English that they can't think of but they know in their native language. So that pretty much sums up Penzu, and I hope that you found it useful for the classroom like I have.